Green Environment Promotion has launched the distribution of about 500 wheelchairs in the districts of Kigezi Sub Region to people living with disability to assist them in mobility and its associated opportunities such as studies, work, engagement in social and parish activities, and access to services such as health care. During the door-to-door distribution yesterday in Rubanda district, most of the people living with disability decried being left out on government programs, saying that the government has over time created wealth creation programs that have ended up benefiting only corrupt authorities at the district level, not going deep to the parish and village level. These further say that because of their different disabilities, they have always been hindered on mobility, thus lacking access to some of the services such as hospitals, churches, and marketplaces, among others. According to Lovina Atuile, a 40-year-old resident of Lusheche A, Kalenjele Parish in Muko Sub-County, she has never benefited from any government program, a thing that demotivated her from getting involved in other such programs. She further says that the government funds always end up in the pockets of the corrupt top leaders of the district, hence being neglected and left behind in development.
Najya bajyayije umwe birahwera higura bashomankuzi babishomankurira higura bitatuhikaho niwe umuntu ejo mazimanyo yeti nkabibonage byo kunyamba twinka nyine yabwo kugira ngo kabone umwuga nyine bwo gurambesaho mazima ibya government ine chiva kanyambaga.
Atuile further says that because of her condition, she has always in her plans wanted to migrate to a place near to the main road, for she always find it a challenge using the feeder roads from her home to access the main road, as well as church, market, among other places.
Tambura nimbi munonga no wende ndamufune ko mwanya gubonere kaharukuto mbariho natura kwinka mbwenu hana nanda agenda umuhanda goranteganiza yahari ngakare kare kimwe kirantera samara kuntera kuza kwika hankuto imitambure yanje ndaba navumviye kwinka nyine kutaho uburyo kugira ngo nagendane bijare bindi naye zampike hankuto njware bindi.
Some of the other beneficiaries that received the wheelchairs from Green Ward Promotion say that they encounter several challenges on accessibility in many aspects of their lives, including navigating physical facilities, finding employment in the workplaces, having access to adequate healthcare equipment, and feeling support in areas of education, significantly low rates of employment among people with disabilities that contributes to a high rate of poverty, financial hardship, and mental health challenges.
Ine myaka ikubira mushanju wakwatwa stroke
aringana che
ine myaka ino kandi taragamba hatiya no kweza taraweza akagara akakubampa umwana aragumara sibamwara kazaniramo yabayine umuhwezi wo kumusindika kandi yaba ari kuza kwa caci cyaza kumwanguhira mwenu mukama amumpere ubusinje n'ubuwezi bwinja guma tumukikeho ubutare
kastandi kalka karazayi dazayi ubu nazo no kushuma natoza na kirezi
mazimane cyendukaho ahubwo kwana we yabari yamayahite nka kagara karasa kushuma zo akatare nawe yabatabwiye n'ibyo nayija kugenda azo mukatara sibe nayobonjeza arebe yabona higa.
The president and founder of the Green Environment Promotion GEP, Ifrin Nsimach Kafunda, says that they have been working with local communities for over 15 years now, championing sustainable development, fronting every category of people. Chikafunda adds that she has launched the distribution of 450 wheelchairs to identified families with people living with disability in Kigezi, aiming at enhancing their capability. She adds that they have worked and trained different women groups in practices of environmental conservation and sustainable use of raw materials and products from the environment to earn a living.
Environment is one of our key objectives, protecting and conserving the environment. And we do believe if you conserve the environment, you can sustainably use the raw materials and products in the environment. And most of the women we work with make crafts out of the locally available materials, tree stems, roots, sticks, whatever you call it. So we are trying to encourage people, inspire people, motivate people that you can conserve the environment and sustainably use the environmental products to get the best of it. And that is why GEP, for each and every group we work with, we always get look and get market for their products.
Chikafunda further says that the government has provided good wealth creation programs, though it has no good champions to spearhead tangible development, saying that communities have not witnessed positive change agents, revealing that most of the women GEP works with have not benefited from any government program.
The government has very good programs, I must say, I must admit. Unfortunately, the government doesn't have very good champions, I should say, of ambassadors, ambassadors, people who want to spearhead sustainable development, tangible development. And people listen to, to these programs. You see, most of the people we visited at least have a radio, right? They listen to what the programs the government is trying to run. Unfortunately, we've not seen, positive change agents who want to kind of, spearhead this bottom-up development, if I should really say, who want to kind of include everybody into this kind of development. I must admit, most people I work with are people living with disabilities, honestly. I work with and empower people living with disabilities, the elderly, and I'm so glad that there is that positive attribute I'm contributing to them. If somebody buys a cow from their effort by sitting and weaving a craft item, and it helps them attain their basic needs, to me, that brings a lot of fulfillment. My prayer is the government should really, pattern with people like Nisima Evelyn Chikafunda, who have been championing rural development for the past, 15 years, to kind of identify what initiatives are best for for rural communities and this category of people.
The 2022 report shows that the Kigezi Sub Region districts of Ruchiga, Kabale, Rubanda and Kisoro had more than 43.2% of its people living with disability population aged 5 years and above having multiple disabilities. Nabatiga Machi for Kigezi Television.